befriend the birds. First we have to find somewhere to befriend the birds, and because this is my property, I have a pretty good idea of where they usually hang out. But if you don't know the area you're in very well, then you just have to walk around and listen. I want to look for somewhere where the birds are going to be comfortable, which means having a lot of brush and trees as cover. I like the way all this low brush looks, lots of easy places for them to move around. I'm going to put the seeds down on the ground right here. You can see all these little perches and lots of cover that lets them move around easily without having to go out into the open. We got a bunch of seeds spread out. There are a lot. I'm actually not going to be able to come back here for a couple days, which is part of why I put so much down. But now all we're going to do is leave, and we're going to leave this alone for at least a day. For me, it's going to be a little bit longer than that just because of my schedule. There's actually still birds there. Want some more? Still hungry? Yeah. They're mad that I'm here. It's hard to see on camera how many birds there actually are in the trees right now. But there's a large flock of chickadees. This flock has gotten bigger, I think. So even though the birds are nervous that I'm here, obviously, I'm not making a huge effort to be super quiet or still. My goal is not to trick them into thinking that I'm not here. My goal is to make them comfortable with me being here. And standing really still can make you seem predator-like if they know you're there already. Today is day 7 of befriending the birds, and I recorded some stuff already, but I accidentally recorded vertical instead of horizontal. But I put the seeds down and I'm sitting beside them. And we're just waiting to see who's brave enough. Are you brave enough? Nope. Are you gonna get a seed? They're going to the farthest seeds possible. Oh, we got one. This tree is full of chickadees. And there was a cardinal actually eating here. There weren't many seeds left really, but picking through what was left when I got here was a cardinal. Nice. Yeah, you guys are pretty brave. Pretty brave. Yeah, chickadee you too. I did feed this flock once before, but that was over 2 years ago. And it seems like the flock has gotten a lot bigger since I last interacted with them. There's definitely members of this flock who have never seen me before. The leader of the flock last time I was out here was Brian, named Brave Brian the Bold, because he was brave and bold, always the first to eat and the first to get close to me. I don't know if he's still the leader. I don't know if I'd be able to recognize him anymore. There's a whole lot of birds here though. If I wasn't sitting here right now, all these birds would be swarming these seeds and fighting over them. But right now, only the very bravest ones get a seed. I actually think I saw Brian, which would be really cool if he was still here. The only reason I recognize him is because he almost flew into my head. He stuffed his face with 2 seeds and then almost flew into my head, which is very Brian-like behavior. That is definitely Brian. Hi, Brian. Look at him stuffing his face. That is 110% Brian. Oh my god. He's gonna like jump onto me. You can see why we call him Brave Brian the Bold. There's this fluffy one that I feel like has a, maybe not, that I don't think I've seen before. It's probably a younger one. And I don't think he's seen me before. See how quickly he grabs a seed and tries to take off? I don't know if he even got one. That's the fluffy one again. Oh my god, he got a seed that time. These guys are more comfortable than I thought they'd be with me after 2 years. When I did this the first time, it took, I think, 12 days before they would land on me. So we'll see how long it takes this time. I just sat here for around 10 or 15 minutes, and that's all I'm gonna do.
gonna leave these guys to eat these in peace, and then I'll be back tomorrow.
This is day 7 or 8 of befriending the birds, and it's very misty out.
No one's here. Let's call them and see if they show up. I can hear them. Oh. Hi.
We've got the chickadees here, and we've got a nuthatch too. That was him. I don't know if you heard that. There you go. Then he goes merp. Merp.
So they come down, grab a seed. The braver ones, who are usually more dominant members of the flock, might even get 2 seeds if they stay down long enough. That one didn't. I don't think he even got 1. 1 seed, 2 seeds, 2 seeds. They usually can't fit more than 2, I don't think. 2. No, that was 1. 1. Didn't like that one. Get another one. And then they might eat the seed, but more likely they'll stash it somewhere in a little crevice so that they can eat it later. Chickadees have very, very good memories and can remember where they store hundreds of seeds, so they always have food over the winter.
So even if I was to stop feeding them, all these seeds that I've put down, they have most of them stored, so they'd be able to keep eating these seeds throughout the winter for as long as they lasted.
Can see that one hanging upside down. Never mind. Upside down, looking for somewhere to store his seed. There's the nuthatch. He hasn't got a seed yet. Nuthatches are quite bold, but still not quite as bold as chickadees. And there's a little sparrow over there.
It's very cold and windy today. Not at all like yesterday.
All the seeds are eaten again. I'm sitting closer today. They all go to that side, as far away from me as possible.
There aren't actually any birds here right now. I gotta let them know I brought lunch. Where are they? That actually worked!
They're all over the place now.
I'm actually not going to be able to come out here for a couple days, so I'll see you back here on Monday.
Let's see if we have any birds. Are you guys hungry? I can hear them. Definitely eating all the seeds. They're coming in already. Hello. I haven't seen Brian again since the first day, that one day that I saw him. And he's probably quite old. Chickadees live an average of 2 years in the wild. The oldest recorded chickadee lived up to 11 years. But it was 2 years ago that I knew Brian. So he would be quite old by now. If Brian's not here now for some reason, we definitely are going to be back to square one when it comes to getting them friendly with me. Right now I just want to sit here and kind of desensitize them to my presence. Again, I'm not making an effort to be super quiet or super still. I talk to you guys and I film.
It's raining today.
That's a big bird. You guys are waiting.
actually been 2 days since I was out here. I was too lazy to get a bag, so the seeds are in my pocket. I'm sitting quite close right now, and there aren't a lot of seeds farther away, so if they want seeds, they're gonna have to get pretty close to me. They're gonna have to be brave. That red squirrel, I don't know if you can see him on camera, because I can't. Oh, there he is. Wants to come down and steal the seeds from the birds, but he can't because I'm here. I'm working on trying to be able to identify individual birds now that Brian's gone. I think he died in that cold snap that we had. I'm sad he's dead, but I was really happy to see him again. But there's a new leader of the flock, and I don't know who that is yet. No one's really stood out the way Brian did. I find they're easier to recognize by their mannerisms at first. Like where they land or how brave or skittish they are. Or how slow or fast they are. Before I start trying to recognize them by how they look. Like there's one that always lands in this area and then spends a lot of time looking up at the sky. Oh, it's okay. Chickadees literally never stop moving, so it can be hard to actually get a good look at one of them. See how much bigger the one on the left is? He's a male for sure. Oh, one almost flew into me. That was actually a really good session. A lot of them came a lot closer to me than they have before, and I had 4 or 5 chickadees down on the ground at one point, which makes them braver when they're all down together. It was really cold last night, so the birds will have expended a lot of energy staying warm. They fluff up their feathers and shiver all night to stay warm, which takes a lot of energy. So in the morning, they have to eat a lot to gain their body weight back. That was the one that came closest to me so far. I think I've actually been able to identify the leader now. He's a very large male. I think that's him up there. What stands out to me about him besides his size is how little he moves compared to other chickadees. You rarely see a chickadee stop moving. Yeah, that's him. There's a very distinct pecking order among chickadees, and the more dominant ones often attack the less dominant ones. You can see when the less dominant ones land, they're often looking up, waiting for a more dominant bird to swoop down on them. Actually gonna move from here to over there and just sit by that tree where they usually perch and just see what they think about that. Now what are you guys gonna do? They don't seem to care very much. They really don't seem to care very much at all. We got snow. Looks like there's been deer also going after the seeds. These are deer tracks. And the squirrel, those are the squirrel tracks. Look how pretty the falling snow is. Today I want to see if we can get a bird to actually land on me, or at least get close. So I've put the seeds right next to my boot. Well, that one had no problem getting close. That one was a bit more timid, but still managed to get a seed. That one said nope. Nope. Nice. That guy wasn't too afraid. So they are coming to within 5 or 6 inches of me with no problem. I'm not sure we're going to get anyone to land on me today, but there have been quite a few that have gotten really close, so that's exciting. That was cool. That one got really close, flew right over me, and then flew back again towards me, so that one's pretty brave. I really have to invest in snow pants. I don't have any right now. And it's a little cold and a little wet. I think we're getting really close to having them land on me. That was a good session. So I've set it up that all the seeds are right around me. Some of them are on me. I'm kind of sitting in the middle of where I usually put the seeds. So we'll see how close they'll get to me. I didn't have a lot of time today, but that was good. What I'm going to do, I'm actually going to leave my jacket here and I'm going to put the seeds on it to try to get them used to landing on something they're not used to. And we'll see how that works. Somehow it's December and also spring. I'm not really sure how that works, but I got my jacket the other day and they had eaten all the seeds off of it. It's once again been a couple of days since I've been down here. This is the print that my jacket left when I left it there. Just put seeds all over the place. Even have some on my head. That was so cool. I can definitely know that at least three different birds, although I'm pretty sure more, did land on me. I have an idea. I think you can see where this is going. Farmer types of nuts for them. I'm a bird feeder. This is a really nice view of them. They're really funny looking right from the bottom. And a peanut. Y'all stop pecking my phone. No, leave it alone. Stop. Stop. I'm pretty sure at some point one of them is actually going to land on my face. I just sat up, but I didn't get it on camera because they were so fast about it, but I had two birds land on my hand. I just sat up and I was holding the seeds that were on my stomach, and then two birds flew in and ate onto my hand. It's very cold and windy today, and it was very cold and windy last night. I went to a bulk barn yesterday and got them some peanuts, some more peanuts. I only had a couple last night. Well guys, I think we've successfully befriended the birds. While I'd love to continue feeding these guys, I'm getting on a plane tomorrow, 3 planes, and I'm going to be heading to the mountains to live off-grid. For you, once you get to this stage with your birds, the adventure has only just begun. You'll be able to start really bonding with the flock. You should be able to call them to pretty much anywhere in their territory to come and eat off you, just like a Disney princess. But for me, my next adventure is going to be getting on a plane and heading to the mountains. And I'll see you there on the next adventure. How to tame a wild horse.